Hi friends, so in earlier videos we saw about section A, section B. Now have a look at section C in our 10th class new English paper pattern. So section C is for 30 marks. In that first one we have 4 questions: conversation, diary entry, it's an internal choice in that. Next one, letter writing and along with biographical sketch. Third question, that mean picture interaction or information transfer with WH questions. So now have a look at conversation. So what is the meaning of conversation? Conversation means the two people or more than one person interacting with each other. They are exchanging their views or they are sharing a bit of information between those two people, or in a place or in an incident we are speaking to someone. Have a look at first one. Using dialogues apt to the content. Why? What is the meaning of apt to the content? For example, have a look at the conversation. Pramila, Sarada, my dear Sarada, Sarada, Pramila, I think you are Pramila. So, dear students, have you remembered this lesson? What is the lesson name? What is my name? Here the question, write a possible conversation between Pramila and Sarada when they met on the road. Generally, how will you write? Everybody will say, hi Sarada, hi Pramila. Is it possible? When you saw your friend after a long time, even you can't remember his face clearly. So at the time, can you say, hi Pramila, hi Sharda? Is it good? That's why I said using dialogues apt to the content. So the dialogue should relate to the content. Next one, using proper sequence of exchanges. So what is the meaning of exchange? The two dialogues is considered as one exchange. So using sequence of exchange means they must have in the proper order. For example, when I saw my friend, first what should I say? Hi. I should not ask what are you doing here in the first place itself. So just look at second pair of words or second exchange. Pramila, I am very happy. It's been long since I met you. Sarada, as Pramila, I too am very much happy to meet you as it has been years since. So if you observe, at the first is a exclamatory sentence. When she saw her friend, she was exclaimed, she was screamed and shouted, Sarada, hi, I mean, even not hi, Sarada, my dear Sarada. Next one, Sarada, Pramila, I think you are Pramila. So, in the first exchange, they wish each other. Second one, they want to share their feelings. So, it's a sequential order. First sentence, we should not say, I am very happy. First, it said, Sarada, my dear Sarada, the sudden feeling what she had when she saw her friend was represented. Next one, sustaining the conversation. Sustaining the conversation means we have to maintain in the same way the entire conversation. We should not jump from one topic to another topic. Conversation must needs a purpose. We have to fulfill that once. Next one, conventions of writing. What is the meaning of conventions? Punctuation marks, spellings, capitalization, punctuation. See, look at here. What is this one? Exclamatory mark. This one, declarative sentence, full stop. These comes under punctuations. So wherever it is a noun or starting of a sentence, we have to use capital letters. They will come under capitalization. Next one, we have to use different kinds of sentences in that. Every conversation we can't say hi, how are you, hi, hello, how are you. We should not drag the content with hi and how are you. At least minimum you have to write 15 exchanges for 10 marks. So we should not take the marks as criteria and we should not count 30 lines or 40 lines I am writing. Whatever you felt, how much you can pull on or how much you can write, you can write. But minimum you have to write 10 to 15 exchanges. 10 to 15 exchanges. As it is small board, I counted 10, just I wrote only 3 pages to show the capitalization punctuation and also sustaining the conversation, and also here another one, discourse markers. Well, preciously, we have to use the adjectives and adverbs to show the capability of that speaker or to show the interaction of between those two people. Let's come back to kinds of sentences. First one, declarative sentence. What is the meaning of declaration? It's a statement. Okay, we have some symbols. Just look at the children. Now, so where can we use this full stop? For two sentences. First one, for declarative we can use. For imperative we can use. What's the meaning of imperative? There is a acronym COR. Command, order, request. For normal sentences, for commands, for orders, for requests, the sentence has to end with a full stop. Next one, interrogative sentence. What is the meaning of interrogative sentence? The interrogative sentence means we are questioning the others. For example, here Pramila asked Sarada, Sarada, my dear Sarada, how are you? Here they said how are you is end with a question mark. They want to know others reply how they are. For example, what are you doing here? So what can I do for you? All they comes under interrogative. Interrogative are two types. They are WH questions and informative questions, yes or no type questions. Yes or no type questions. For example, can you please lift the box for me? Yes, I can. For example, you are also a weak person. Sorry, sir, I may not. That comes under yes or no type question. Next one, exclamatory sentence. Exclamatory indicates sudden feelings and emotions. So if you look at this one, Sarada, my dear Sarada, or Pramila, a sudden feeling after so many years when they saw each other on the road, even at first they can't recognize each other. So that sudden feelings comes under exclamatory sentence. So my dear students, when we are writing a conversation, try to follow all these rules. Once again, look at this one. Using dialogues apt to the content. So the content should not be deviated. Next one, using proper sequence of exchanges. So as I said to you, proper sequence of exchanges means first we have to wish them and there must be a purposeful. Finally, the conversation must be fulfilled or not. Next one, sustaining the conversation with norms, being polite. We should not use informal language in the conversation because always we are not speaking with our friends. Try to be polite with whom you are speaking always. Next one, conventions of writing, punctuation, spellings and capitalization. Finally, kinds of sentences. How many are there? 4. Remember the symbols. Means first one, declarative statements or normal statements. Next one, imperatives, command, order, request. Next one, interrogative sentences, two types, WH questions and yes or no type questions or informative questions. The last one, exclamatory sentences, sudden feelings or emotions. So hi friends, in the previous question we discussed about conversation. Now for that choice, have a look at the question, diary entry. So what is the meaning of diary? So many of you thought diary means there are two types of diaries. As you know, the school diary and personal diary. But whereas the personal diary is totally different from school diary. Just have a look at a personal diary. So if you have any accessible of diaries, just look at that once. The personal diary will always shows the time between, for first one, the date and day. First one, day, date. Remember my dear students, for diary entry, the format is the most important one. Whereas in the conversation, all of we thought we can write easily the conversation. But when we write 5 or 6 exchanges, we may not pull through the content. But the diary entry, which has a particular format, we can easily complete that one. Let's have a look at first one, day, Thursday, date 21 May 2020. So give some space for that. Next one, go for diary. So as our materials they are giving date time for 4:15, but when our school will complete almost at 4 or 4. So it may be 7 or 8. So after my dinner or before my dinner, so I want to share my feelings with my diary, or I want to record how I worked on the day for my future purpose in a small paper or in a book. So time has to be after our dinner or just we are going to our dinner. I can use some space. Let's go for, so when we are writing simply I am, there is no much interest in that. So try to interact with that one. So call it as a dear diary. So with that book I am speaking. My dear diary, today I am here to share my feelings with you. Diary entry is and personally depend upon purely the first person narration. First person I. Because I am writing this one from morning 5:15 to night 8:15 or 7 o'clock till I come to home, what I felt, how I worked on the day, I want to share my views with you. So have a look at this one, body, format, day, date, time. Next one, opening line. In letter writing we call it as salutation. Next one, I am proud to be a part of the welfare organization of my school as I always wanted to help the old people. So recently we are struggling about COVID-19. Am I right? But before COVID-19, how many of you went to orphanages, old age homes from your school? But so many schools nowadays they are offering field work to orphanages and schools. So the charity should not depend upon event. It has to happen throughout the year. So when I went to school on those days, it was my personal experience. Maybe in 2006 or 7. When I was in high school, my social teacher, she advised me, why don't you interact with people in a old age home? So it's depend upon that. I always wanted to help the old people through various activities. We collected a sum of more of 2.3 lakhs. Now it is 2.3 lakhs. On those days we hardly collected 25 to 30,000 rupees. This fund will take care of their health, care, environment and education. Here the education means children don't understand, they are also going to schools and colleges. It is for their spirituality. So for example, they want to read a holy book. For those kind of activations, education. Finally, I felt context and happy like never before. So every day I am going to school, I am playing with my friends, but I never feel excited. I never felt that's a complete day. But the day when I went to orphanage home, I felt very happy. As a human being, I saw another human being. So when I was in school or today when I visit a orphanage home, my feelings I wrote in my diary. The last one, leave the blank one. The first one, writer's name. Here in the exam, don't write the name because principles of evaluation won't allow to write our name. So leave here as blanks or write ABC, writer's name. So my dear students, once again look at the format. Diary entries, one of the most easiest questions in the question paper. First one, date, or you can write a date and day, no problem. Next one, time, particular, don't write 5:15, 4:15, just go through 7 or 8. Next one, leave some space, go for salutation or opening line. Dear diary. So always we not to say I am proud to be. So how can we do another line? It is one of the most memorable day in my life. I felt very happy today. So you can start the line with these kind of lines also. So just complete the body of the diary. It should not exceed more than 20 lines. Same time it's for 10 marks question, students. So please be careful, don't write 4 or 5 lines. Here you can ask, sir, why you are writing 4 lines? As it is a small board, for the congestion I wrote only 4 lines. But you have to write, for example, when you went to old age home, how many people are there, how you interacted with them, how you helped them, or how you utilize that money to them. You can write all the things in that paragraph. Okay, the final one, I felt very happy like never before. I never felt this kind of feeling in my life in previous days. The last one, writer's name. Here don't write your name, just keep intos or write ABC. Thank you. Students, already we completed first one, conversation and diary entry. Next question, letter writing. So generally we have 2 types of letter, but we have 4 types of letter. Letter to a teacher, letter to a official, and letter to a uncle, and business letter. But most probably in our curriculum, they prefer these 2 types of letter. First one, letter to officials and personal letters or informal letters. First one, have a look at this one, formal letter. For example, to the district collector, I am writing it up the contamination of water. So it's a purely formal letter and letter to an official. First one, write the place name. Next one, date. Strictly you have to follow the punctuation marks or else you may lose marks. Next one, to address. So for formal letters, to address has to be top of the page. To the district collector, office of the collector, Prakasham. And you know very well about Prakasham Bhavan at Ongole. Next one, subject. Some students you have a doubt. Sir, why should I write this subject? Why won't I write this line also within the body? So for this, I can say a small hint. For example, when I am a collector, when I am in my chair, every day I have n number of letters received. How should I know what is the most and much priority in that? For example, when you write the subject, I can easily know what you want to say in that body. So I can easily handle that issue. That's why we are writing the subject, contamination of water. So water is the main resource and is the essential element for every human being. So he can act immediately. That's why we have to write the subject. Subject, contamination of water, salutation. We should not call dear and respect. This another one. First we have to call them respected sir. Here the first line you have to introduce yourself and write your name. So write your name. Instead of name you can use that blanks or leave the space here. For example, if they give any name in that letter, you can write that, but don't write your name in that letter. If they give a name, for example, if you are Chaitanya, they said, you can write about the name Chaitanya. Why? When the name was given in the question. If they won't specify any name, don't write your name. Just leave here and leave a blank. First one, respected sir, myself, Chaitanya, resident of Vedapalam. Then you can follow the body of the content. The last one, yours sincerely. What is the meaning of sincerely? I am writing this content purely truth and what I know according to my knowledge I am writing this letter. So yours sincerely, all the above information which I wrote to you is true. So that comes under a formal letter. Again students, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. So try to follow each and every step carefully and don't neglect punctuation marks. The concepts which have a format, you can easily get the marks because the format had also some marks. I should not disclose the marks and principles of evaluation. So I have to say how we can avoid these marks. So next one, come to informal letter. So when we look at this informal letter, what is the meaning of informal? For example, if my nephew or if my niece, if they want to write a letter, though I am a teacher, they should not call me sir. Can they call? For example, I want to write a letter to my father. Though he is a teacher or lecturer, I should not call him sir. So informal letter means I want to share my feelings or I want to call them with my nearness. That's why I said dear Jyoti. For example, I am writing a letter to my sister. I can write dear Jyoti. First step, as it is in the both letters, place and date. Second, here we wrote salutation, but here we wrote in the second step salutation. Third step we went to body of the letter. Here he said sir. Here we wrote our name. Myself Chaitanya, I am Chaitanya, resident of. Here don't write your name because, for example, Jyoti, I want to write a letter to Jyoti. I should not call each and everyone as my sister. For example, a woman is going on the road, I should not call her. Or for example, if my nephew is writing a letter to me, he can call me uncle. But everybody is not calling like that. So the nearness we are saying, first one, I hope this letter will find you in a better health and wealth condition. So from the past 10-15 years, what we are writing, I am happy here, I hope the same with you. So it's a old saying. So if you want to change a bit, simply, I hope this letter will find you in a better health and wealth condition. Third step. Next one, fourth step, yours lovingly. As per the evaluation norms, you should not write your name, so leave it hintus. The last one, final one, address on the envelope. Here we wrote two address, top of the page. Here we have informal letters on the, so when we fold that cover, the address has to come out. So we wrote address on the envelope to Chaitanya, son of Srinivas Rao, Chirala. This is the letter students, formal letter and informal letter. Now we have a look at the common topics. First one, place and date, both are common. Next we will come to two address. Here for formal letters at top of the page, for informal letters bottom of the page. Listen students, it is only for the A1 people. For the Spark, you need not to follow these kind of words. You can use the word subscription, superscription, salutation, headings. You can use that vocab. But for the slow learners, I am doing this one. So I want to say like this. So for two address here, top of the page. For informal letters, two address at the bottom of the page. So try to try to follow these two things. Next one, salutation, subject here. So why we have written subject in the formal letter? The person who received that one, he has to know the context as early as possible, as brief as possible. So we have to write this one subject. Next one, salutation. Here formal we have to call respected. Informal, I should not call respected father, respected mother, respected sister. I can call them dear. So I am using dear. Here body of the letter, how should I start? First one, myself. I am so and so. Because I have to say my name, or else for example, the name Chaitanya, there are so many Chaitanyas in Prakasam district. How the district are exactly know the Chaitanya who is from Chirala? That's why I wrote the name as in letter. Second same from the body of the letter, here I should not write my name because I can call only one person as my father, as my mother or my uncle. I may not call everyone. So I should not say my name. Simply, I hope, my dear father, I hope this letter will find you in a better health and wealth condition. Due to lockdown, so many people were in different places. They may not move. That's why you can write these kind of letter also once. Next one, yours lovingly. Don't write your name. The final step, address on the envelope. So if they give a name, write name in the exam. If they won't provide any name, just leave it as intos. Thank you. Dear students, the next question, biographical sketch. So what is the meaning of biography? From a person birth to till the present date. Sometimes they will give the death if the person died. For example, when we are speaking about Abdul Kalam, recently was dead in 2014. So they can give about the death of time. First one, this one person, name, date of birth, place of birth, parents, brother, coach, achievement. Generally, what are the columns we can use in biographical sketch? Name, date of birth, place of birth, parents, educational qualification, job, rewards, spouse, children, death if they mention. So these are the common columns in every aspect. First we will see who is this about Srikanth Kidambi. He is one of our Telugu players. So what we have to do now? They were given a tabular form. We have to change that into a paragraph. First one, Srikanth Kidambi is an. Is indicates present tense. We have a doubt. Sir, it is present condition. No, in passivization we can use for normal also. Srikanth Kidambi is an Indian badminton player. He currently holds the highest rank among Indian players. You can ask, sir, this line is not given in the paragraph. When we want to explain about the person, we can discuss about the greatest activities and the positive qualities of the person also. Next one, he was. Why we are using was? Already it is a completed action. He was born on May 25, 1995. He belongs to Guntur district of Andhra Pradesh. Here the word indicate belongs to. SR is indicate simple presence. He is residing there. His father is. Some people has a doubt. Sir, if the father or is, maybe the parents were died, can we use the word was? We should not use the word was because though they are alive or died, the parents' name can't be changed. So his father is KVS Krishna. His elder brother K Nanda Gopal is also a badminton player. Again present tense. His coach is Pullela Gopi Chand. Here, look where it is. He. Next one. He is trained at Gopi Chand Academy. Another word he. Academy Hyderabad. His achievements. So you have to write the word his here. His achievements. So China Open Super Series Premier in 2014. The first Indian to do so won a gold medal at Swiss Open Grand Fixel 2015. So dear students, if you observe carefully, just what the changes I made. First one I said I wrote about the person name. Next one I wrote he was born on. He was, look at carefully the pronouns. He was born on. He belongs to. Next one, his father. Here, what is the difference between both two and he, his? His indicates the possessiveness of action. He is the son of someone. We should not say his father. He is son of someone. So we have to use the parent name, his parents, or his father name. Next one, his eldest brother. I said about the persons and the possessive of actions. Possessive means not about your possessive action. It is about having. So his elder brother, again his coach. Next one, again he is trained at Gopichan. When the actions belongs to only him, you should use the word he. When the action belongs to someone or there is a relation with someone, we have to use the word his. So his coach is Pullala Gopichan. He is trained at, again here about his own personal action, at Gopichan Academy, Hyderabad. His achievements: China Open Super Series Premier 2014. The first in simply. So first, what the pronouns we have to use? He, his. For example, if it is a female, she, her. Oh, simply with these pronouns, when we make the tabular form into a paragraph, you can easily get 8 to 9 marks. But don't measure the content. We can write as much as possible for the 10 marks. Thank you. Okay, students, the next question, information transfer or picture description. Some of you call as picture description. So here I want to explain a pie chart. Should we take another topic? Let's come to our paper weightage. So we can use the same topic as a pie chart also. Just have a look at this one. The pie chart shows about academic standard wise percentage weightage in English. First one, reading comprehension, 30%, 30 marks. Creative expressions, letter writing, diary entry, biographical sketch, information transfers. Now they added framing WH questions also in this. So next one, grammar for 60%, 16 marks. Vocabulary for 24%, 24 marks. So, sir, how can we write this one? The first line has given by them. See once, academic standard wise percentage of weightage in English. Dump as it is. The pie chart is about academic standard wise percentage of weightage in English. Next one, how many segments we can see here? 4. The paper is divided into 4 segments: reading comprehension, creative expressions, next one grammar and vocabulary. In question paper they given vocabulary and grammar together as one part, but for our understanding purpose I made it as 2 parts. Don't confuse, in exam it is together as 1 part, but here pie chart I want to show it is 2 parts: vocabulary 24%, grammar 16%. Next one, creative expression carries, reading comprehension and creative expression carries 30%. You can write as 2 lines also this one. Creative expression carries 30%, reading comprehension carries 13%, grammar carries 16%, vocabulary carries 24%. So we explained all these segments. Now we will go for comparison and contrast. What was the highest percentage here? The 2 topics were occupied by the highest marks were occupied by 2 percentages, 30% and 30%. So I said here, reading comprehension and creative expressions together occupied the highest 30%. But the next highest in this, vocabulary. Vocabulary itself occupied 24% as the second highest one in this pie chart. What is the last one here? Grammar. Grammar carries 16% of least in this pie diagram. What is again here? Vocabulary carries 24, grammar carries 16%. Vocabulary and grammar together carries more than the comprehension and creative expression. In the question paper, they were given together as one section, section B. So that is higher than either reading comprehension or creative expressions. So dear students, you need not to feel bad. You need not to work very hard for this. Just try to observe the pie chart, bar graph, tabular form, what they given. The first line you can write what was the line they given on the table, use that as the first line and describe and explain about each and every part in it, and then finally compare and contrast with each and everything. You can pull up the content for 10 marks. Thank you. Dear students, the next question and the last question in the paper, WH questions, framing WH questions. Before we are framing WH question, just have a look. What were the frequent WH words we are using in this one? First one, the word who we are using for persons, which for things, what for animals, things, persons, whose for possessors. That means that belongs to whom? When. For time, where. For place, why. For reason, how. The way things happen. First one, let's some examples. Raghu went to Mysore yesterday. So, what is the answer? Yesterday. Now frame a question on that. Yesterday means indicating about time. When, did, because they didn't give any helping verb. What is the main verb here? Went. Went indicates past. Which past? Simple past. What are the dummy auxiliaries we have to use? Do, does, did. Present, plural, present, singular. For past, both present, I mean singular and plurals. So here went. When did Raghu? Here again we should not use the word went because did is also in the past tense. So you have to use the word go. When did Raghu go to Mysore? Next example. Harshita had a gold ring. Here the underlined word Harshita. So who had gold ring? Harshita gold ring. So and it is a person. What we have to use the word who. So try to remember all these words. First one for persons, who, for things, which, for animals, person, thing, any common action, what, for possessors, whose, for exactly posting one person, whom, for the time, when, place, where, for reasons, why. Okay, the last one, the way how the action was happen, how. Let's see the paragraph. In the exam, they will give you a paragraph like this. We have to change the paragraph into the question. First one, the search for her certificates had not ended. Here, so what is searching for? Certificate. So what is not ended? The search for her certificates. The underlined word search for her certificates. So that comes under common action. So what we have to use? What? What had not ended? So when you question the sentence, what had not ended? The search for her certificates had not ended. Next one, among the files in the attic. So the given word attic. So attic indicates a place. For place, what you have to use? Where? Where did she search for certificates? The next one, third one. Now the wife asked everyone. Trees, hills, the pond, the school. So the third one, who did she ask her name? So here she is asking each and everyone. So that's why what we say, it may be a person, I think that's why who. Who did she ask for her name? The next one. After all the shouting and wailing, she met a friend. So underline word friend. So frame a question on that. Friend indicates also a person. So use the word who. Who did whom, because he is posing. Whom did she met? The last one and the final one. And succeed in receiving her name. So it's an also a thing. So we have to use the word what. What did she success in? Because did plus always V1. What did she success in? So dear students, once again concentrate on these words. For persons, who, for things, which, for animals, things, persons, what, for questions, whose, for time, when, for place, why, for the reason, for place, where, for reason, why, the way things happen, how. So try to use these words properly and listen. When if they give a helping verb, use the same helping verb in the given sentence. If they don't give any helping verb, based upon that. For example, he writes a letter. Okay, writes indicates simple present. So what does he write? When the word end with SRES, use the word end with SRES. For the word end with DRED past or V2 form, use did. If it is a present moral form, do. They are digging a hole. What did they do? So it's a present plural form. Thank you.